Hi and welcome back. Just back down the shed again this weekend. I'm going to bury once and for all the issue I had with the brakes. I do have a solution, and I just thought I'd share with you what I've done about it. So I just want to shout out to Daniel, an A&P mechanic, who gave me a comment, and I'll go through that comment with you shortly. But I did do some more Googling, probably something I should have done in the first place. So how about we go over to the aeroplane and first of all have a look in exactly whether I moved the brake calipers or I kept them exactly where they were. Okay, there it is. I've kept the calipers in the position that Sonex recommend, and I'll go through why. So there it is. I've done both sides. I've got the brackets on here for the wheel spats to attach to, which I'm going to take off. That's why the wheel's elevated at the moment, so I can finish off the line very quickly. The line comes out through a small hole that I've got there, and I'll just have a look on the other side there. That is the vent line for the fuel tank, which goes into the forward faces into the airflow. So according to Daniel, pressure bleeding is the way that he's always preferred to do his brakes. Did some Googling on pressure bleeding, and actual fact, I ended up speaking to a couple of mates at work who do my refrigeration at work, and they build race cars. And they said they've always bled them with syringes from the nipple back to the reservoirs, always. So I managed to Google pressure bleeding and came up with this device here, which is a V5 reverse brake bleeder. So it starts off with your .5, has a tube from basically like a little squirty bottle. Tube goes into your .5, up through the back of the gun, out through a little nozzle on here, into the caliper, and then up to the reservoir. Now obviously the downside of that is you squeeze too hard and the oil is going to go everywhere inside your cockpit. So I'll make up some sort of little can device or catchment device on top of that. So the air will eventually find its way up through the top of the reservoir. Once you leave it there for a couple of days, bleed it so much, leave it for a couple of days, and I think that's the way I'm going to do it. So I'm going to get on to removing these wheels and do all these bits and pieces around for the wheel spats to fit onto. Yeah, just looking at the drawing here for the wheel spats. So very simple, just slightly cut out of the back side of it, so it fits into the 1, 2, 3, 4 of your little plate nuts. That's the little plate nut there that'll go into that bit of aluminium that I just showed you a moment ago on the back of the calipers. So I might get on to pulling these wheels off and get started on this. Okay, I've got all the plate nuts in position, just countersunk the top part of the spat bracket, and I can now rivet these in. I'm just going to use a hand riveter because can't be bothered getting out the compressor, so give these a whirl. Okay, all done. I'll just go through that. That's it. All good. Done. Put it back in the aeroplane. Just before I put these wheels back in, I might just pack a little bit more grease in these bearings. I'm not doubting what I've done. I just think that it sounds a bit sort of tinny, so I'm going to pack a little bit more in. I watched another YouTube clip the other day on packing these things, and I don't think you can stick too much in. But anyway, I'll put some more in and we'll see how we go. Okay, just down here at the brakes, going to give this new fandangle device a bit of a run, see how it works. So I've got this loose at the moment. Hopefully it starts to burp up there. Going up. Wow, it's through already. Let's just stop it there for the moment. Okay, I'll just Hi and welcome back. Just at the close of yesterday's work down here, I was sitting over there having a quiet look at the plans, and it looks like I've made a little bit of a mistake with these brakes. I was looking at this part of the tube here, and I thought it looked a bit vulnerable sitting out there, and I thought, oh, maybe it's that way. So I happened to look at a drawing, and I thought, and I remembered a little bag of little brass right-angled things that obviously got lost over there on all my inventory of stuff, and I looked at it and I think, yep, you know what, that's supposed to go on. So I just okay, I've completed that. It was a little bit harder than I thought. The piece that I'd actually found in my inventory, I had to go onto the brake assembly first, so I had to disassemble what I'd already done. I'm just using a heat gun to get the Loctite off. Put this back on, then the other pieces then went onto this and then turned right angles, so effectively we had a U shape like this. Works a lot better. I'm happy with it. Obviously the semi-bleeding process that I had done, of which I hadn't completed, is totally out the window now. I've got lots of air bubbles in it now, but so what? I'll have some more practice bleeding the brakes. So I'll just go ahead and do the other side, and that'll complete the brakes off, ready for bleeding. Okay, I've pretty much, I won't say completed the bleeding of the brakes. I will do it again when I move the aeroplane up into the big shed. I've just got a lot of, there's not a lot of room in here. So just to go through what I've done, I've kept the brakes as per Sonex's recommendations, or design, if you will. Managed to get hold of a tool called a reverse brake bleeder, which works from the furthest point of your, I'm going to call it a nipple. I know it's got another name, it's a bleeder or whatever, but working from there, work your way up back to the reservoir, working both sides, the shorter side and the longer side. Get it to, it comes out the top of the reservoir, and catch it in a little can. I won't be using that oil. I'll brake fluid. Sorry, I'll throw that out, and just keep going with the process slowly with your bleeder gun. like a little spray bottle, I guess, ensuring that they call it burp, so as you release and let the oil come back into the reservoir on the end of the gun, it then pushes through without any bubbles into it. Now, I did get a few bubbles in it. Perhaps I wasn't using it correctly, but I will do it again, and I'll probably even do it from the top down. So I'll need the extra pair of hands to help me with the brake handle, and then crank it off with the bleeder itself each time, just like a normal brake bleeding. As I said, there's probably more than one way to skin a cat. I've ended up doing it the way that Sonex recommends, and I'll move on to the next project, starting the windscreen. Talk with you all soon.